Team HAQ, RSG.
RSG, you can imagine there's going to be a lot of pressure on their shoulders. After all, they are potentially one game away from being sent home. So close from tasting that chance to move on into M4. So you can imagine that they are going to be playing like their lives depended on it.
Yep, and their lives do depend on it. So I'm a little afraid for RSG and why? Because right now we're seeing some new tech coming up from the side of Team HAQ. And the fact that Panda is going to be playing on this Kimmy begs the question, what is this matchup like against the Irithel? I don't know too much about it. For the most part, there is a lot of outranging coming in from Panda himself, but I think the lane eventually evens out.
Yeah, but speaking of that, right now there's going to be a lot of focus on the mid lane. Lexia taking a lot of poke damage from Team HAQ. Lola wants to chase him down, but not quite able to finish him off. Link Eza going to be able to escape as well, but Team HAQ do pick up the Little Wanderer.
I like the team play coming out from Team HAQ. They're even calling for Lola and to actually rotate the map. Oh, that's not what you want to see.
I gotta say, man, Lolios died there. So right now, Panda can have a small lead. I mean, Gideon, do you think that Panda by himself can snowball this a little bit later?
For sure, for sure.
Ooh, but Izanami gonna be forced to flicker away. Abysm Strike gonna miss on Lexia as he flickers over the wall, but he's still stuck between 3 members of Team HAQ. And now the snowball on Gary has begun.
It has officially begun, and Team HAQ, they've got all the key, have all the ingredients to success here. Lola is not going to lose this lane against Iris. He just has to clear the waves first and take first rotation. Iris can get a level lead, but it really doesn't matter if he can't get into the fight.
I gotta ask, if RSGMY, the way that they win this game is to slow down the game, my question is how? What do they have to do to make sure that Team HAQ stops the snowball?
They have to stall, they have to bait out the ult from Min and then look to punish Gary immediately.
But that's so difficult to do. RSGMY, again, their draft doesn't have the best early game pressure, and that's why Team HAQ feels so safe taking control of the Riverside. Iris, he does get the taunt onto Lola, but here comes Min. He gets the Fatal Links onto 2 members, and Gary instantly transfers. But Way of the Dragon finds the tear-off. Gary has already been picked off. Lola gets Iris, but without the enemy jungle, Link Eza gets the turtle. He gets Min. He follows it up for the double kill onto Man as well.
What was I telling you? They needed to bait it out, instantly look to punish the dire-off, and that's exactly what they got off of this. Now, Iris and as well as Lexia, they have the base stats to actually survive the initial burst because Team HAQ don't have the items just yet.
I see, and that's what allows RSGMY to take a slightly more aggressive stance. Perhaps the Fredrin's choice actually does work out quite a bit here because, like you mentioned, he's not afraid of being pulled in by the Fatal Link, so Team HAQ needs to be a bit more wary with their initiation.
Yeah, I'm more afraid about the top side here because Loliels is taking a lot of damage on that top side, and Panda, he's just slowly farming up, and the fact that he also has the Mystery Shot means that he's going to scale so much faster and hit those item power spikes compared to Loliels way quicker.
But Loliels, he's already taken down the entire gold shield up there.
Oh, but right now, Man here, Lexia gets a kick.
Yep, they're gonna kick him right under the tower. Literally nothing the Valentina can do. So now Team HAQ, they're looking for some cold-blooded revenge onto Iris in the bottom lane. 1v3, even Fredrin not gonna survive that. But Panda now being dived up in the top lane. Here comes Lexia, here comes Izanami, and he's gonna pick up the kill.
Well, I take that back. He's gonna get the gold shield, and he's gonna get a free tower off of this. Loliels is out of this laning phase. He's done with Panda. And more importantly, the fact that Team HAQ has been losing on all fronts, it's good that RSG found something.
But now Min, he's looked like he wanted to look for it, but RSGMY definitely respect this Atlas right now. They've already dealt with this plenty of times in the past. As long as they avoid the Fatal Links catching them out, they actually outscale in damage now.
In interviews, Lexia has been telling us that he is practicing on the show, and so far right now, it does look like it's on his shoulders, and the moment Lexia goes in, Izanami will not he will not hesitate. He will go in. So RSGMY, 1,400 gold lead. How good is this for them? Min goes in.
Gets the 2-man Fatal Links. Gary sets up, but gets stopped by the Abysm Strike. And Min forced to flicker away. Link Eza already securing the turtle. Lola jumps in with the Electro final blow. Lexia very low, but Lola gets the kill. In exchange for Manto, as Link Eza grabs that kill for himself. RSGMY now in the middle of Team HAQ's jungle. Panda being chased down by Loliels retreats to the safety of his tower, but purple buff will be free for the taking for Link Eza.
What a stressful situation situation. I mean, I thought that Lola was going to whiff it entirely, but he still had the execute to secure at least one of those kills. It could have been a double had he played it a little bit better, but I think RSG MY, now with a very clear lead, Team HAQ, Min, you've got to stop ulting the two targets who don't matter that much, Lexia and as well as the Fredrin.
I can understand why it would be tempting though. RSGMY are taking advantage of that subconscious desire to get the multiplayer Fatal Links, even if it's just on 2. And so Lexia and Iris are just comfortably walking up to Min, baiting him and forcing him to use it because that's probably the best chance he's going to get.
Boy, I mean, let's wait until Min gets his flicker back up. Maybe he can make something happen specifically on either Izanami or maybe even Loliels. The fact is, Iris is getting, he is getting packaged up, wrapped up, and thrown into the front of Team HAQ.
Yeah, but Lexia, he's looking for the kick, gonna force out the Brilliance as the Abyssal Strike gonna be stopped by the way of the Dragon. Min not even able to use Fatal Links. Taken out. Gary gonna follow it. Iris picks up the double kill. He gets a stomp in the backline. Panda picks up the kill onto the Fredrin. Looks like RSG stayed a little bit too long, but it is still a 2-for-2.
That's so unlucky for Gary. I feel so bad for him. His Abyssal Strike gets canceled. He walks up, and by the time he notices the Wrath coming out, the Artisan's Wrath coming out from Iris, he instantly dies because of all the great health Iris has built up being in the front lines.
Yeah, Gary right now having a bit of a rough time. The Dirov needing to be right in melee range is causing him a lot of distress thanks to the amount of crowd control from RSG, who are now looking to shove this bottom tower.
No.
Loliels might be in danger, but he's able to jump away just in time, so Lola successfully defends the tier 1.
If Lola had execute there, he would have definitely tried to jump on top of Loliels and force him to at least use that flicker, but now the rest of the team is coming in. Let's see how Lexia plays this.
Yep, Min, he's going to be able to stop Iris from jumping into the backline, but Lexia is who they need to be wary of. Way of the Dragon onto the Atlas, but in the wrong direction, so Gary gets the Abyssal Strike with the Fatal Links, but 2 ultimates are now down. They're connecting onto Iris, who's dropping real low. He's somehow still alive, as Man gets the flicker. Way of the Dragon himself onto Link Eza, and they will give the shutdown over to Panda after Gary secures the turtle.
Nicely played by RSGMY, and this time it was Lexia who was too eager to get the kill. Team HAQ punished very valiantly. I feel like Man should have flickered on towards Izanami more than Link Eza. I think that would have been a little bit more effective.
I mean, I don't know, man. Just now, Man look a little bit like Min. Look like both these guys, it really doesn't matter. They both know how to use the Way of the Dragon. Where RSGMY, they basically just lost their lead right now in terms of gold. They have basically neutralized. Now, going into the stage of when the Lord is going to be available, Team HAQ and RSG, based on the draft, who has the better advantage here? But Lexia is taking a bit of damage from Panda.
I think they have to play this a little bit slower from the side of Team HAQ. Like, as much burst as they think they have, Gary is not finding the time and space to actually get these combos off because he's either getting cancelled out by Lexia's third hit of G-Kundo or falling into the taunt of Iris.
But Lexia, he gets the flicker, he mistimes it and gets caught with a Fatal Link, so he dies. Loliels jumping in, applying a lot of damage, but now he has to back things off. Here comes Izanami, he tops the Darkening, he's aiming down Min, but gets kicked by Man into the tower again. The Way of the Dragon stolen by the Valentina, and now Iris is left in the lurch, abandoned by Loliels.
Nicely done coming in from Team HAQ. I mean, they're slowly coming back into this. They're playing it slow, but having to lose out on their playmaking capabilities because of these aggressive plays from RSGMY. They need to keep in mind about battle spells.
Well, so far though, Team HAQ, they're definitely maintaining their pressure. They're controlling the momentum. RSGMY starting to play a little bit desperately here. They want to be able to pick up kills, start snowballing, but Team HAQ are the ones outplaying them by taking advantage of their overextension.
Lexia right now, it kind of looks like he's trying to bait out Min, but it looks like he's being baited out all the time. So Lexia, what should he be doing right now? Because I think the engages haven't been very good.
I think Lexia just needs to open up the map. Doesn't really need to use that Way of the Dragon until he finds the ideal target.
Or Iris gets a 2-man taunt, and that will allow them to secure the Lord. But Iris, he might be abandoned for this. He's going to have to flicker away, and he's just going to sacrifice his life to buy time for the rest of his team to escape. But here comes Lola. Is he going to look to cut off any of their paths? Nope. They're just zoning out RSG to take this mid-tier 2. Team HAQ already coming out on top.
Oh boy. I mean, It could have been a little bit better there, but I think RSG MY, they had to cut their losses, and Iris understood that if he ran back into the team, the rest of RSG MY is going to get caught in the mess.
But speaking of getting caught, Lexia, a little bit out of position. He's fine. Gets hit by a maximum charge just so Panda can say, I see you there. The Lord pushing up, but they will have no problem defending against it.
Yeah, their high ground defense is really, really good. Pandas should be able to cut this down, no problem. And look at his build. He's already got the Glowing Wand, Genius Wand, as well as the Ice Queen's Wand.
Honestly, I feel like the concept of the Glowing Wand on Kimmy nowadays is absolutely terrifying after the recent revamp to the item.
It's
kind
With Glowing Wand, like, again, this is a situation, no matter how tanky RGMY is, they're going to go down. So I kind of feel like Iris, if he wants to go to the front, he has to basically understand he is 100% going to die. But at RGMY, they got to capitalize on his death somehow. Because in my head, the way that it should work, Iris goes in front, taunts a lot of people, everyone focusing, but look at here, Lola is going to get targeted.
Yeah, he kind of mistimed his eye for an eye there, but he is still a Benedetta, so he is able to escape easily from the clutches of RSG, and Team HAQ knows they are now a little overextended. Looks like, though, they're not going to take the risk. They're not too sure where the rest of the players are on the map.
Yeah, with the majority of the players, in terms of damage dealt, going to be coming in from a Team HAQ, I mean, it should be in Team HAQ's favor, but it's still so very close. Like, RSG MY at any point of time could look to outplay the situation. It's not coming down to macro plays. It's really coming down to outplays.
Well, speaking of outplays, Min, he's looking for someone. He's gonna find Lexia in the bush, uses the Fatal Link on the Cho, sets up for the Abysm Strike. Lexia will fall. Iris gets a nice taunt, but he is out of position, and Lola is cutting off the backline perfectly.
Oh, no.
Gary, he might have jumped in a little bit too far, gets his immortality popped down. Abraser's Wrath hitting multiple members as Min will be sacrificed. Lola, he jumped way too far. He got taunted. He's going to get picked off by RGMY as Iris slowly burns down to the Glowing Wand damage. Man, he gets the kick onto Link Eza, but not enough damage as Panda has to run away from Izanami, and that is going to be a 2-for-2 trade.
Panda is just kiting like an absolute beast here. He is making sure that he's maintaining the perfect distance and even popping off his sprint to ensure that he doesn't actually die to Izanami as soon as he comes out of the Brilliance and goes into the Chaos Assault. So Link Eza, smartly enough, does take that Winter Truncheon. He can look for these bigger engages and then back away whenever he wants to, buying that extra bit of time with the Winter Truncheon.
Ooh, man, he's gonna actually waste both Flicker and Fatal Links. Lexia, he manages to escape, and those are valuable cooldowns.
Huge timing, a huge timing. This could be RSGMY's opportunity to punish.
That's what they're looking to do. They're gonna start on the Lord. Man, he does have Way of Dragon looking for another pickoff. Min, he doesn't have Fatal Links, but he can still jump in front. Man gets the kick on Izanami, but in the wrong direction. It's Gary. Picks off Iris in the front. Lexia looking for the kick onto Derov, and he does get it, securing the Lord for Link Eza. But Lola and Man are dismantling the backline. Lolios is gone. Gary picks up the double kill. Link Eza, he'll be able to run back to base. Lola, he's still keeping an eye on the Izanami. He wants to dive the tower, but he needs a little bit more backup to secure the kill onto the Lunox.
Oh boy, where's the support? The maximum impact clears up one side of the way, but this inhibitor turret is gone. There's not enough members to actually protect it.
Gonna get that tower for free. Panda, he'll have no issue soloing this Lord by himself in the top lane. Team HAQ, their net worth lead only about 3K, but their gameplay so far has been top tier.
Right now, man, my heart has been dropping so low. RGMY, they're staying in the game just because they have been able to secure the Lord. But again, that's just slowing it down. Right now, Izanami as well as Lolios, they are being focused on. RSGMY, they really gotta handle their timings because Team HAQ, time and time again, if Panda is free hitting, I don't see any way RSGMY can win the fight.
Yeah, I think they have to get their targets early on and they have to do it fast. They're willing to sacrifice the outer tier turrets, but they're very close to the 42k mark, which is what we should expect here for RSGMY to really stop popping off. Panda still top of the charts with the help of Mon. Lolios only in 3rd place in that damage ranking, and I think that Lolios, he recently got that Scarlet Phantom. The question is that going to be enough now that Min has immortality?
I honestly don't know. Panda and Man, they're doing so much DPS, and they weren't even hitting their power spike before this. And now that we're approaching the 15 minute into the game, the Valentina, the Kimmy, they're going to hurt a lot, even with the Radiant Armor, thanks to both of them having the glowing wand. So RSGMY, it's very difficult for them to itemize against this while also keeping an eye out for Gary and Lola.
I mean, look at the positions that they're taking out here, right? They're scouting for Gary and Lola. They're making sure that if they do see them, they can start backing off and thinking about smarter decisions. Lola, he is willing to go up front. He knows that he can get away with this.
He's actually going to force the brilliance from Izanami, but now Lolios comes out with a heavy crossbow. He gets the kill. Gary, though, finds Lexia on the opposite side. Min looking for the fatal links. He isn't quite able to get it, but Gary somehow catches off Izanami in the backline. Lolios gets hit with the maximum charge, so he's got to retreat full swing as Link Eza is now getting caught out. The taunt from Iris trying to save him. Link Eza can be able to dash through Min, but it's not enough as the monster kill will be picked up by Panda. 3 members of RSG dead. The base exposed. There is a full minion wave down here with 2 cannons for Team HAQ to potentially use to push in and end the game. Iris, he gets a nice taunt in the backline, but not enough. Lolias doesn't have his cooldowns. Man, gonna force him out. Fatal Links doesn't quite connect, but Lolias, he is out of position. Lexia comes back, but he is by himself, and Team HAQ will secure the crystal. They will send RSGMY home and move on to the lower bracket finals.
GG, well played for Team HAQ. They've made it another step further to make sure that they qualify. One more hurdle to go.
And another team is going to be sent home. I mean, no one could have predicted this game to be like that, but Team HAQ, they look so happy. They're going up against Orange Esports again, where Orange was the one that pushed them to the low bracket. But RSGMY, what an amazing game from them. They start